What has two thumbs and is intimidated by the idea of a deer with a howitzer and a bad attitude? I'll give you a hint. It's me. I have two thumbs. And I'm here to tell you, fear the deer. This is Vox, and you're listening to Not Really Radio. More on scary deer in just a minute, but first, I've been getting a lot of emails and tweets from you, my listeners, asking what you can do to protect yourself from local cryptids. I feel like the first and most important thing for you to know is that the FBCI branch that operates out of Tecumseh is among the nation's very best, and rarely is there an actual threat to you, the population. I can't tell you how I know that because he made me promise that I wouldn't before he drove away in his black nondescript government vehicle, slurping down what I would guess was a vanilla malt from Dallenberger. Aside from that, though, I recommend carrying a vial of cryptid Paralysis Venom with you at all times. It's super affordable, completely non-toxic to humans, and looks, smells, and tastes exactly like water. In fact, it so closely resembles water that you would never be able to identify it if it were not for its convenient Busch's water bottle packaging. If a cryptid comes into contact with it, they will immediately freeze solid, or start smoldering, or start spinning in circles, singing "I'm a Little Teapot," or sometimes they'll just turn into a tree. Back to our story of the moment. Who is the shadowy figure wearing antlers that's been seen skulking about the various wooded areas in Tecumseh, often in the company of several deer? Some say he's a were-deer, like a werewolf but half deer instead of half big angry dog. Others are calling him a manifestation of all the deer who have lost games of chicken with motorists. Now, I can't attest to any of that, but what I can tell you is that recent rumors indicate that he may in fact be a she. Why does this matter? It doesn't, but the costume did not match the advertisement and one size does not in fact fit all. Just goes to show you, sometimes this show is just as much a mystery to the guy who writes it as it is to you. Whether this person is a he, a she, a them, or a rutabaga, they have earned a nickname, one you've already heard mentioned on this very program, the Deer Whisperer. Now, someone who likes to dress up like a deer and play in the woods might seem a little unbalanced, especially in a town where so many kids skip school on the first day of hunting season. Not much of a threat, right? Well, I wouldn't discount them just yet. We've already heard how the Deer Whisperer was talking to the Wampus Cat and his feral cat cronies. Now witnesses report that the Deer Whisperer has been arming the local deer population with spears and slingshots, and get this, has even been seen talking to squirrels. Now, I don't know if any of the rest of you have seen open season, but if our squirrels are anything like those squirrels, I'm gonna avoid the woods for, ever. Just in case anyone out there thinks that they could take the Deer Whisperer in a fair fight, I have one more nugget of information for you. That howitzer I mentioned earlier, they carry it like a shotgun. Citizens are encouraged to keep their distance from any deer or squirrels they encounter and immediately report any sightings to the FBCI. Maybe keep some cryptid Paralysis Venom on you at all times. One way to avoid the Deer Whisperer and their cronies, at least for an evening, is to attend the Not Really Radio live event on April 30th at 7 p.m. at Covenant Church, right here in the bustling burg of Tecumseh. Until next time, this is Vox, and you've been listening to Not Really Radio.